I have been, or I've tried to get at least a little better in terms of when I use, I guess, really terms like mainstream media. I guess as it pertains to dishonesty, to social engineering, to those types of ideas along those lines. The reason why is because not only is it not exclusive to what is generally considered more mainstream media, it's it's not just them in terms of who has just a little power due to social media that can spread a lie very, very far to a lot of different people who will indeed like it and then also spread it as if it is true. Today's case, this is hip hop media. And hip hop media, I don't really take seriously in regards to really anything, if I'm gonna be completely honest. I mean, there's some guys, but y'all know my thoughts on just kind of hip hop and what the state of where it's at now. But more importantly, we know how they have treated Kanye West, specifically when he became not even more so vocal about where his politics are. That's not even what it is, or where he's at on in terms of certain social issues. It's more about him being against what they generally consider the more acceptable narrative. Had Obama came out, supported Barack Obama, we would not be having this conversation. Or not came, I mean, I believe he did at one point, but more so if in today's day and age, it would be like nothing, because generally that's what a lot of hip hop artists do. A lot of people that are involved in hip hop culture, that's what they do. And it's like, whatever. Granted, there are some outliers as such. But if he was saying something what was considered the more acceptable political position, that is not supporting Donald Trump in any kind of way, and that is certainly not having the views that he has had, Kanye now becomes a target in the sense that they're going to try to make him look as crazy as possible. And I'm not even suggesting that Kanye is just this beacon of truth, right? Or that he even has the right positions. I'm just using this as an example because unfortunately with social media, things spread fast. People say a lot of things. People accept it as truth. People do not fact check. And they are allowed to do that because information can spread just like that because of social media. So it's less about telling the truth and more about how can you make the person that you dislike look as bad as possible. And this is what happened. Complex puts this up. There are only 4 elements: earth, wind, fire, and water. Therefore, playing with your iPhone is the same as playing with dirt. We are God's iPhones. Not only is this a misquote, it completely removes the context. So you read that, definitely if you hate Kanye, oh, look at here, another example of Kanye being stupid. But then, this is what he actually said. And I'm going to turn this up so you all can hear it.
Maybe we don't understand everything he's doing, everything he's saying. Maybe we should just stop giving him a hard time and give him an opportunity to change something. Electricity is a very trendy form of power. The real power is simply the elements: earth, wind, fire, water. And through civil engineering, we can engineer a maximum existence for ourselves as human beings, as God's machines. But we're so in the box of this. Do you realize, like, this right here is like playing with dirt. This is the real thing right here. Maybe we don't understand.
So that's what he said. This was not what he said. That's not what he said. But when you want to make somebody look as crazy as possible, and then at this point, it's not about agreeing or disagreeing, think he could have worded, but no, this is sheer dishonesty. I just played you guys the quote. This is what they put up. Isolated it from the context of what he was saying. Also completely misquoted. It's still left. It's 15 hours ago. Kanye has opinions. Basically, snarky, Kanye stupid. It's kind of, and a lot of people are guilty of this. It's not anything that's exclusive to left versus right or anything like that. Because everything's become a show. And everybody has to plaster everything on social media. People can't pick up the phone and go disagree with somebody, try to talk it out, have some sort of cordial live conversation or something like that. It's about how can I make you look like a fool? Certainly if you disagree with me. And it's a toxic way of living because things like this happen. You have no incentive to do that unless it's somebody that you just greatly dislike, you want to make look as bad as possible. I don't even do that. I try to limit this myself. This is why I try to make myself as open as possible to people that I may make videos about. If the people that I made videos about saying that I disagree with them, if they picked up, not even picked the phone, called me or emailed me or something like that, even tweeted at me, doesn't matter. It was like, hey, man, I want to have a conversation with you. I took issue with what you said. I don't think you probably represented my position or something of that nature. I will always make myself open. And I try to be careful in what it is that I say, even when I'm coming up with theories. I don't try to make them, fact or anything like that. A lot of stuff, it comes from my opinion, but I always try to base it in truth. If I'm going to make a claim in terms of what it is that you are doing, for the most part, I try to do mine. I can always do better. We all can do better. I try to do as best as possible, not to straw man their position, not to misrepresent what it is that they are actually saying. And that's a difficult thing to do when you're so just heavy into, okay, I dislike this person. I want to make this person look crazy. I want to make this person look as bad as I possibly can. And this is what comes out of it, that you misrepresent people. And people that share this stuff around, they don't care if it's truth. I don't like Kanye. I don't like where he's going. I'm going to spread this information. I'm going to, make this person look bad. Now, granted, there are others that are trying to spread the truth, trying to combat it. But the fact that we even have to do that is pathetic. It just goes to show, and this is very irresponsible on Complex's behalf that they did this, is so irresponsible. But the fact that that's the route that they go, that's even a thing, it just goes to show you what people are in terms of people that they want to make look bad. It's like they wouldn't have the material if they couldn't do that. Why not just address Kanye's positions directly? No, I'll make him seem like he's a lunatic. And because I'm so fixated on that, it's not about how I got there. And by I'm meaning them. With them, it's not about how I get there is important. I have a conclusion that I want to reach. Their conclusion is Kanye is an idiot. Kanye is a lunatic or something of that nature. I can lie all to get there. And certainly because people don't fact check a lot of things, and as irresponsible as it may be that I'm leading my followers on, Complex Music my phone has just been going off this entire freaking video. But nonetheless, this page almost has 1 million followers. And you mislead that many followers. Why? Because you don't like Kanye. And I'm not telling anybody to like or dislike Kanye. That's irrelevant to what it is that I'm saying. I think every individual can do better when it comes to stuff like this. Even if the people that we think may be crazy, I think there's a lot of people crazy. I've done videos about crazy people. If we're going to respond to something, if we're going to try to make this person seem like something, the least that we can do is be honest in the assessment. So let's actually address something that they're saying, not something that we want them to say, just because we want them to seem as crazy as possible.